Good day to every one of you out there who is listening to me right here. What I want to talk about is about the Nigerian next president, Mr. Omoyele Sowore, the presidential aspirant of Nigeria 2019. But I don't see him as a presidential aspirant. No. I've already seen him as the next Nigeria president who will lead Nigeria to the greatness that we have been praying for over the years. You know, you're seeing people going to church praying every day about the change of Nigeria. And now God has answered our prayer of giving somebody like Mr. Omoyele Sowore. You know, I'm here today to talk about Omoyele Sowore, not as if I knew him. I haven't known him. I haven't seen him face to face before. I haven't even heard about him once before, but it's my first time. How do I get to know Omoyele Sowore? How did I even heard about the name? I was at home sleeping one day. Then I was in Amsterdam. That was a couple of months back when a friend of mine called me. And he said that there's a Nigerian aspirant, a very young Nigerian guy who is contesting for the Nigeria president in 2019. I said the guy is very cool. I said, are you serious? Nigeria aspirant? I said, yeah. The young man, he said, yeah. Okay, I asked him to forward the name to me, and he sent me the name. And I went to the internet, to check on him. When I saw him, the first word that I heard from him is exactly what I have in heart, what I want to do, what I'll be planning for, this way. So, the way he talked was so amazing. I was so happy, and I was very happy, too. Then he started talking about things like what the old Kaba has done to the country. Sometimes if you are in Nigeria there, you wouldn't know the problem of Nigeria. You won't. The only way is only when you leave Nigeria, that is when you will see what we are going through in Nigeria, the darkness, the evil that is in Nigeria. You know, that is when you will see it. But Mr. Moyele Sowore, the next Nigeria president, is you. There is no doubt about it. You didn't choose yourself, but it's God that shows you. I've seen things that you have done in different places, destructed those evil looters who loot our money from our country down to overseas to store our money over, where people are dying of hunger in Nigeria. But the time has come to an end. Thank God of having somebody like you, Mr. Moyele Sowore. What I'm praying for is that you will lead Nigeria to greatness. You will transform Nigeria. And how that is going to come to pass is in you. Now, we want to put an end to Nigeria's suffering. How can we achieve that? How can we achieve it? It's for you and I, but not me. I'm right here in them, and there is nothing absolutely that I can do about it. I don't know, depends on my schedule. I don't know when I'm coming to Nigeria. Yeah. But it's for you who is at home right there in Nigeria. What I wanted to do is this. It's not about sometimes if I watch Omoyele Sowore on the diaspora, on Europe and America, I say to myself, no, that is not the real way. Go back home. Because most of the people you see in diaspora, people like us, I'm living right here in Denmark. I can't go to Nigeria always. I can always follow him on the internet, follow people on the internet. But the main people who is going to achieve the dream is the people who are living right there in Nigeria. So how are we going to make this? It's for you. Wherever you are in Nigeria, please, what you're going to do is this. In your street, please, try to talk to everybody in your street about Mr. Omoyele Sowore, the next Nigeria president who is going to transform the country into a great country, into a better tomorrow. Right there in your street. Talk to people. If you have the money to print a banner, know what banner is all about. Print a morally sowore picture, very big one. Put it on the street. Let people know about it. Let people know about Moyele Sowore, the next Nigeria president who is going to transform Nigeria. Please, out there too. I want to use this media to beg you. Don't depend on the little money they give you. 2,000 naira, 20,000 naira. That can take you anywhere. Please. Because if you vote for money, definitely when the person goes to the office, when he assumes the office, the money he gave you, definitely he will take the money back. So please, don't go for money. And to spread the news more faster, it's for everybody, wherever street you live in, please. Talk to everybody in your street about Omoyele Sowore. It's not for him himself, but it's for the whole of the Nigeria. Do you know what? Let me just give you this little example. I've been to 8 countries in the world. 8 countries in the world. I've been to 4 in Africa and 4 in Europe here. When you live in Nigeria, nobody want to hear whatever you mention that you're in Nigeria. They always see you as evil. Not as if we are bad. We are not bad people. But wherever you mention that name Nigeria, people is always scared of how. Because of what our leaders did, they made change our mindset. You see the people all over the street. Come to Europe. See your people on the street doing what? Suffering. People are suffering right here in Europe. You may be thinking out there that, hey man, that fucking English is in Europe, is a lie, man. Those are the things that we want to do to make our country a better country. If the country is good, man, many people will come back home. Many of us will come back home, That is exactly what they're trying to. Please, to enable that to come to pass. It has already come to pass. Omoyele Sowore is already the president of 2019. There is nothing, absolutely. Nobody can change it. I saw the capability in him. When I saw among the presidential aspirants that we have in the country, I take time to check the young, because not those old fools, not those old evil who kill for no reason, not those people, but for the young aspirants, I take time to do some research about it, follow each and every one of them, and I see the way they talk. I don't want to mention name, otherwise I would have mentioned just one name. He said it's great. Some people said, hey, the evil people amongst we the youth, the people who are suffering in Nigeria. Some are saying, I don't know, I don't want to use that word as fool. Or maybe they are still blind, in spiritual. I saw one of the aspirant. When I saw the follower, the cabal, they said old cabal that we're trying to push it away. They said old leaders that we are trying to push it away. They are still the one backing the aspirant. And I said to myself that this man is not qualified to lead the country to a great country that we want. If you are out there, if you should think about the country that we came from, listen, let me tell you one thing that most people don't know. What we have in our country can feed the whole of West Africa. What we have in Nigeria can feed the whole of West Africa without nobody will suffer. But what? What happened? And now I'm being right here. I'm from Nigeria. I came from Delta State, Nigeria. At the back of my father's house, we have a stream. We have a river. You know what they call river? We have in the back of my father's house. If you go there, you can drink from the water. Now, you can drink from the water because why? Everywhere is oil. And who are the people that are taking the oil? Is it me? Since I was born, I have worked in the oil company that is in my state. I haven't worked in it. If I'm ever walking down the street in back of my father's house, you see army everywhere, pointing gun at you. If you eventually look at your right, they may shoot you for no reason. And who are the people that are working there? People from different part of, not even in Africa, different part of Europe and America. They are the one working there. Nobody in my state can boast that is working the oil company we have in our state. Nobody. We're still slave right there in our home country. That is why I want to urge every Nigerian out there, please, don't look at, because let's go to the old Kaba, to the old people. I'll be right back on the stage. Now, I'm talking about of how to kick those fucking nigga bastards out. You know, let me come to this. A few days back, I was on the internet and I saw, you know, Ghana. First of all, let me go back to the United Nations Summit they did just a few days back, which is the 73rd United Nations Summit they did. You know, I heard when Donald J. Trump was talking about America belong to America. And that is how it's supposed to be. When I'm saying, I heard a lot of different people saying in Africa that we need a United States of Africa. It's not going to work. Do you know why? Because Africa has a different mindset. We have a different mindset. Now, the reason behind that is that a few days back I was on the internet and I saw Ghana want to deport Nigeria back home. What a shame to Nigeria. What a disgrace. What about Kenya? Kenya want to deport Nigeria back home. What a shame, nigga. What a shame. Kenya want to deport Nigeria. Nigeria has suffered a lot, man. Nigeria has suffered a lot. Let us talk about South Africa. Ghana is deporting Nigeria back home. Kenya is deporting Nigeria back home. But South Africa, they are killing Nigeria. Let's come to this. Nigeria is a open-minded country. Do you know the numbers of Ghana that are in Nigeria? Living freely without no police disturb or harassment. What about Kenya? Do you know the numbers of Kenya who are living in Nigeria freely without police harassment? Let's not talk about South Africa. Let's not talk about it because you and I understand it, even including the South African people. You know the numbers of South Africa in Nigeria. We don't discriminate. We are not racist people. We even love foreigners than our citizens. Nigerian police can beat his own citizen because of Niger person, because of Ghana person, because of Senegal person. Nigerian police can beat his own citizen. I remember back in days when I was growing up, then I was just a little then. I should be towards 8 or 9 years then, you know. There was a Ghanaian man and his wife close to our home. And we have some Nigerian people around us who could not eat, who have nothing to eat. Do you know what will happen? You will see our own Nigerian people. We take food to the Ghana people. Take, leave this home for free. Don't pay. Don't pay light bill, don't pay anything. I'm gonna pay. That is kind of people that we Nigerian people have. We love foreigners. But do foreigners love us? No. Wherever they see us as let me say, as an animal, as evil people. But Mr. Sowore, please, when you come to office next year, when you assume the office next year, when you become the president next year, the first thing you're gonna do is to restore our dignity back. Restore Nigeria's dignity back. Oh, the heater is too high. Let me reduce it because my body is hot now.